Governor J.B. Pritzker signed a bill into law today which aims to protect the victims of domestic violence. It's called Karina's Law, and it allows local police to confiscate guns from anyone whose FOID card has been revoked due to restraining orders. Bloomington police officer Bryce Jansen says the department filed 1,300 domestic-related police reports in 2024. Nearly 900 were instances of domestic battery. Normal had around 550 domestic battery reports last year. Jansen said what is unclear now is who will take the guns away.
We'll have to get together with, city legal, other local law enforcement, state's attorney's office, and try to decide, where to go from here and how we will execute this law.
One case of domestic violence last year was Unit 5 teacher Amy Moore, who was shot and killed by her husband inside her home.